Well, hello there, my YouTube family. How's everybody out there in YouTube land? Miss Evelyn coming back with you with some more prep work. I'm going to be doing my sweet potato pie, and I'm going to show you guys how I go about doing mine, okay? All right, so we're not going to prolong this. I'm going to take you right over to my sink, okay? All right, and I'll show you what I've already done so far. Okay, let me get situated here. Now, there we go. Okay, make sure that's out the way. Now what I have here in my bucket, I have 3 sweet potatoes that I have already baked off. I do not boil my sweet potatoes, but if that's what you do, that's fine too. But I don't boil mine. I believe in reserving the sweetness that's in the sweet potatoes. So that's me, okay? All righty. So I've got my little masher here. And what I like to do first is I like to go in and just mash my potatoes up first. So that way it won't be so strenuous on my beater, because I'm going to be using my mixer, my hand mixer. Okay, all righty. So we're going to go in, and I love using my hand mixer, and for the simple reason, I don't like strings in my sweet potato pie. So when I use my mixer, the strings that are there, they get tangled in the mixer, and I just rinse them off and then go back in, do it again. So I normally do this about 3 times, okay? All right, so here goes. Okay. So I do it maybe about 30 seconds or so each time. Okay. Now, these potatoes that I have, I should tell you this here first before I go any further. I use the young sweet potatoes. And when I say young sweet potatoes, I'm talking about the sweet potatoes that are medium to small. I don't like to use the big potatoes. To me, they're older sweet potatoes, so I don't use them. I always look for the medium to the small ones. They have less strings. Now, if you can notice that, there's a few strings that's on my beater, which is okay. It's fine. If you use the larger sweet potatoes, you'll find that you'll have a lot of string. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to turn on my water here, and I'm just going to rinse my beater. Get those strings off of there, because like I said, I don't want no strings in my sweet potato pie. Okay, I go back in for the second time, turning my bowl as I go. Make sure I get the sides as well as the middle. Give it about 30 seconds. Keep turning. Sometimes I reverse the turn. Okay, alrighty. Now, see that? Because these are young sweet potatoes, you don't have too many strings. But there are a few, but not a lot. Okay, so once again, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to rinse my beater. Okay, just like so. Go back in for the last time. And the reason why I'm only doing 3, because I really don't have really hardly any strings that's in the sweet potatoes. So, yeah. But normally I'll do 3 times. Okay, my 30 seconds should just be about up. Okay. So much better. So much better. Okay. All righty. Gonna put my hand in front of my beater so I won't have sweet potatoes all on my wall and on my picture as well. Okay, so we've got that beat it up pretty good. Where's my spatula? It's over here. Okay, now I'm going to be using, now this is what I use, okay? These are my spices that I like to put in my sweet potato pie. I use ginger, cloves, and I also use nutmeg with 1 teaspoon of self-rising flour, okay? And a pinch of salt, which would be like 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. So I'm just going to take that and mix that in there, okay? And then I melt 1 stick of butter. Pour that in there as well. Prepping it, when you do your prep work, it's so much easier as you go, because especially when you're preparing quite a bit of things, you've got quite a number of things going on in the kitchen. It's always best to prep a few days before. So I have my 1 stick of melted butter in there. I'm going to go in with, now it's up to you how much sugar you want to use. This is 1.5 cup of sugar. That's what I'm using. Now, if you like more sugar, please, by all means, you do you. And in my little cup here, I've got 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla. Now, sometimes I'll do like I'll mix a little bit of rum flavor in my sweet potato mixture, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just using and I use pure vanilla. You can also put a little bit of lemon flavoring in your sweet potato mixture if you like. That's fine too. I mean, it's all some yum yum. It's all good. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in. I've got everything in there that I'm going to put in my sweet potato pie, and I'm going to stir, or beat it, should I say. Now, this is all prep. I'm prepping, okay? I'm not baking this off today or tonight. This is going to be for the next 3 days, okay? And all I'm doing is just putting together the filling. This is the time when you've got all your goodies in there. This is the time to taste. I've done this so many times, I don't have to taste it. But this is the time to taste your filling, to see whether or not you need a little bit more sugar, if you need a little bit more of your other spices. This is the time to put it in before you put your eggs into your filling, okay? All right. Now, the reason why I didn't put my pet milk in here, nor my eggs, because I'm not going to be baking it off right now. What I do is I put my fillings together, and I'll put it in a bowl, and I'll put a lid on it and put it in my refrigerator. Because what I want to do is I want all the seasonings that I just put in my pie filling to get to know each other very, very well, okay, to mingle. And you get all those flavors in there. You give your filling time to rest. And I'll tell you one thing, if you do that, it will be the best, the most awesome sweet potato pie that you've ever tasted. Your family and friends will just rave and just love it. So this is what I do. This is me. Now, if you just want to go ahead and do whatever you do, that's fine too. But I'm just showing you how I do my prep work. Now, when I'm getting ready to bake off my sweet potato, my sweet potato pie, which I will be coming back in a few days to finish this up, I'm going to be adding my 3 eggs at room temperature. Okay. And I start off with a half a cup of pet milk. I really don't need a lot of milk because see how nice and creamy and smooth my pie filling is? It's beautiful. You see that? Yeah, that's what you want to see. No lumps, no bumps. Okay? Alrighty. So this is one half of getting my sweet potato filling ready to be baked off in about 2 or 3 more days. Okay? So I will be back and I'm going to show you, show you too, but I'm also going to be doing a pound cake, a lemon vanilla pound cake. Okay, so hang in there. Okay, all right, I am back and I'm getting ready to do a lemon vanilla pound cake loaf. I've already done one. I just want you to see what it looks like. Okay, yeah, this is my lemon vanilla pound cake loaf. And this is, I'm gonna have to do another one because I got a request for it. So I'm just gonna take you through the steps on how I prepared this, okay? All righty. Okay, so now in my mixer, I have 3 sticks of butter, okay? Softened butter. And before I add my sugar, where's my lemons here? I'm gonna do some zesting of my lemons here so I can put that inside of my sugar. Now I have 3 cups of sugar here, and now this is how I do mine. Everybody's different when they do their pound cake, so I'm just showing you how I do mine, okay? Alrighty. And my zester, where is it? Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I've got 2 small lemons, right? And I'm just zesting the skin, just the skin. I'm not going down to the yellow. I'm not going down to the white part because the white part of the lemon is very, very bitter. So I'm just doing just the yellow skin on top. Yeah. And by this being so small, that's why I'm doing 2. They just had the small lemons this time, so yeah, so I'm using 2. Normally, I just use 1 medium-sized one, but like I say, they were all small. So that's what I'm using. So I'm just getting the zest, the skin, that's the zest of the lemon. Okay, I think I got that pretty good. Now this is my second one here. Now, I'm not going to try to make this video too long, and so, because I don't want anybody to get bored on me here. Well, I hope you're ready to learn something, or maybe I'll show you something that maybe you're probably already doing too as well, but it's all good. Yeah, lemon vanilla pound cake loaf. All right. Okay. So that's my zest. And I'm going to add that to my butter. Okay. Just give it a little stir here. It just gives it a more lemon flavor, more of a zest flavor to your pound cake here. Make sure I get all of that. All righty. Now, before I put this mixer, get my butter and my sugar mixed here, I am going to go ahead and do this second step. And I'm going to squeeze the juice out of my lemons because I'm going to be using that. And I'm going to add a little bit of that to my glaze. This is for my glaze. Yeah. And this is an old-timey lemon juicer here. I've had this for, I know, a good 15 years. And I know they've got some new updated things that's on the market, lemon squeezers, juicers, or whatever. But you know what? This still works just as good for me, and this is what I use. And it's good exercise for your fingers too as well. Yeah. Get that squeezed up there. Yeah, this is going to be for my glaze to go on top of my my lemon vanilla pound cake loaf. There we go. And I'm just going to, there we go. Now I'm going to take my strainer here, and I am going to add that to, what did I do with my, hold on one second here. Got to find my little cup here. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Oh my gosh. What did I do with it, guys? Oh, here it is. All right. Now, in my little mixing cup, I have a little bit of sugar, and I have some vanilla, okay? All right. So I'm just going to put my strainer over the cup, and I'm just going to strain my lemon juice into my sugar and vanilla. And I got a little bit of actual, no, I just got the vanilla in there. I don't have any lemon flavoring because I've got the lemon. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to go in, stir this up really, really good, and I'm going to set this aside. So this will be already ready when I'm ready to use it. Okay, voila. Now I'm going to go ahead and set that right back over there. Now, get back over here to my mixer. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out. Let me show you here. Lift it up here a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to start out on low. And I'm going to let this beat for about 10 minutes, okay? And in 10 minutes, I'll be back. I'm not going to run it the whole 10 minutes while making this video. But at the end of 10 minutes, I will be back. And I'm starting out on low. Okay? All right, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, my 10 minutes are up. I'm gonna let you see what it looks like here. Yeah, that's mixed in really, really good, the butter and the sugar. Okay. Now I'm just gonna give it a little stir with my flat paddle, a little bit, and I'm going to add my eggs. My eggs along with my flavoring. I have my lemon flavoring mixed in with my 6 eggs, okay? Alrighty. So here we go. And I've got this on low. You just want to add 1 egg at a time. Whoop. That second one just jumped in there. Okay. I always like to mix my flavorings in with my eggs. That's just something that I do. So nothing special. I just do it that way. Alrighty. Now I'm just going to turn this off, and now I'm going to put it on medium speed. Now I don't beat it for too long, just about 30 seconds, okay? That's good, okay. So now, see how creamy and smooth that looks? Yep, just like so. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my flour. I got 3 cups of flour. Okay. I got 3 cups of flour in here. One second here. Where is, what am I looking for? Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Now, my flour has already been sifted, okay? So I'm just going to take, this is a 1/2 cup. So I'm just taking 1 cup. And I like to mix my flour in before I actually put it back on the mixer, because I don't want flour flying everywhere, you know. So I mix it in. Then I put it back on the mixer. I know this may be time consuming for some people, but this is how I do it. And I've never had any problems with my pound cakes turning out any different than what it normally turns out to. Okay, so I'm going to put it on low. And I'm going to be adding just a little bit of whipping cream. Okay. Just enough to combine it, okay? I'm not looking to beat it to Bolivia. All right. I don't want to overmix my goodie here. All right. Another 1/2 cup and another a little bit more. Stir it. Put it back on the mixer. All righty. Turn it on. I'm adding the remainder of my whipping cream. Okay. Now I'm going to scrape the rest of this goodie out of here. I don't leave anything, so you know me. Yep. You know, anytime you do anything, especially baking, you want to take your time. You don't want to just rush through it and just do it any kind of way. You know, throwing a goodie together is not always a goodie. It never turns out to be a goodie, okay? All right. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put the remainder of the flour in there, just like so. Get that out of my way. And stir the remainder of the flour in using my paddle. There we go. Put it back on, and I'm going to let it beat about 30 more seconds. Whoop. Almost had a blooper there. Almost a blooper, not quite. Okay. Then I'm going to stop it. Now I'm going to put it on medium speed just for a quick beating. And that's it. That is it. Okay. Take this off here. Push this back out of the way. Alrighty. Okay. And I'm just going to wipe off my paddle here. All right. Okay. All right. Let me just finish wiping off my blade here. I just want you to see the creaminess of this batter. Can you see that? Yeah. It's beautiful. Okay. All right. Be right back. All right. Now listen. I want you guys to see my blade. You know, I had to take off the camera. I had to wipe my blade really, really good. I don't waste nothing. And so, yeah. Okay. All righty. Okay. Now, this is my loaf pan. This is about a 16-inch pan. And I've had these pans for, I know, a good 15 years or more, probably longer than that. So I've already prepared it. I've sprayed it. And I've also went in and floured it very well too as well. So I'm going to go ahead. And I hope, I'm a lefty, so I hope I can do this without getting my big arm in the way. And I'm just going to go in and put all of this goodness into this loaf pan. Yeah. Okay. I want to make sure I get it all. I've already got my oven preheated to 325. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Sure I get all of that goodness out of there. Is that okay? Look at that. I think it's okay. All right. Okay. About as good as I'm going to get it there. So I go in and I make sure I get my corners first. Make sure I take my batter all the way to my corners. And then I get the sides. Yep, just like so. Let's see here. Where is, I'm going to use my fingers here with my glove on and just put that batter right in there, just like so. Okay. Well, I hope you guys got your menu together. And what are you guys having for on your dessert table? Anything different or about the same? Because you know what? The classics are always some good eating. I tell you, some good desserts. So I don't waver too much from my my desserts. I just love the old timey stuff. You know, that's just me. Okay, make sure I get that spreaded really good. Turn it this way. And once I get it even, and you got to make sure you get these edges and these corners really, really good. And once you get that in there, smooth, really good, then you want to take it and you want to hit it on the counter just to get the air bubbles out and also to even out your batter. Okay, you can shake it a little bit, even it out. And I'm going to lift you up just a little bit here. Okay, and I'm just going to sit it right here and just move this out the way. I want you to see what I'm doing here. Okay. There we go. I'm just going to take this here, drop it twice. That gets all the air bubbles out. And I'm going to shake it a little bit so I can make sure I even that batter out nice and pretty. just like so. Can you see that? Yep. Okay. Now, the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take some butter here and put it on my my scraper here, and set this back down in my, and I just go down the middle, and I just make like a divide all the way down, because I do this here because I want my middle to open up slightly while it's baking. And I'm just going to take that a little bit and just put it right back in my batter. Okay. All righty. Okay. So here we go. Let me lower you down a little bit so you can see that. See that? Okay. All right. Yep. This here is getting ready to go in a 325 oven for an hour and 15 minutes. And when it's ready to take out, I'll be back. Okay, just took this gorgeous lemon vanilla loaf pound cake out of the oven. It was, oh boy, and it's hot, hot, hot. And I've got some juice here, some lemon juice that I'm going to, where is it? Where's my thing here? Remember I told you I had put together my lemon juice with some vanilla, and I had also put in a little bit of sugar. So I'm coating it on top while it's hot. Okay, this is going to soak in, and I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes before I take it out of my loaf pan. And I'm going to make sure that I saturate it all over the sides and the bottom. But I'm going to let it sit for at least 10 minutes before I release it from my loaf pan. Okay? All righty. Woo! That gorgeous? Look at that. Look at that. Woo! Okay, smells delicious too. Okay, I will be back in 10 minutes. Okay, I am back. And I'm getting ready to flip over my loaf lemon vanilla pound cake loaf. Okay, all righty. Oops. Let me grab this mat here. Get a hold of this here. Pretty good. I'm ready to flip it over. Here goes. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Ooh. All right. Voila. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. That is gorgeous, isn't it? Wow. Yeah. So now this is what I'm going to do first. I'm going to go in with my lemon flavored mixture, and I'm just going to spread it on the bottom of my loaf, my pound cake loaf. I'm going to get the sides too as well. Get it over here. Alrighty, I'm going to turn it. Okay. Get the bottom of that. And do this side as well. And when you spread your your glaze or your lemon juice mixture over your pound cakes or any type of cakes. You want to be very light with your brush. You don't want to do it too hard because you don't want to bring up any crumbs or break into your cake. Okay, now I'm going to flip this back over, and this is how I'm going to do it. I've got 2 sheets up under here, so I'm just going to slide this over a little bit. There we go. I got a sheet underneath this sheet here, so I'm going to flip it over just like so. I grabbed the wrong one there. Uh-oh. Just like so. And I'm going to flip it again. Okay. Got it right there on the edge, which is not exactly where I want it to be. Let's see here. I'm going to flip it again. There we go. Because I want it to be a little bit closer in the center. Okay, there we go. Just like so. Well, it's not quite in the center, but that's okay. I'm not going to mess with it too much because you know why? I do not want to cause any tear or any breakage in my lemon vanilla pound cake loaf. All right? Okay, so I'm going to let this sit for about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to come back with my glaze, okay? All right, and we'll go from there. That is beautiful, isn't it? All right, I'll be back. Okay, I am back, and I'm getting ready to glaze my lemon vanilla pound cake loaf. All right, spread that on there very gently, so I don't want to lift up any crumbs. And the cake is still pretty warm, and you want it to be warm. You don't want it to be cold. Okay. So I'm just going to do the top first here, and then I'm going to get the sides. Boy, this glaze, this lemon, smells so delicious mixed in with this vanilla. Yeah. It's just one of those perfect combinations. Oh, that was my timer went off. Okay. Okay. I want to make sure I get the top completely covered. Now I'm just going to go down the sides. And you don't really need to put a lot of glaze on your cake. Now, if you like to, you can. But if you put too much, then it gets to be very runny, and you lose a lot of your glaze. So if you do it kind of thin, like, it'll stick. Because you can always make extra glaze and put it on the table. And if somebody just want a little extra lemon vanilla glaze added to their yummy, you know, they can just spoon out some. They sure can. Just getting all the sides. And remember, you don't want to press too hard on your cake because it's very, very soft. And I think what I'm going to do, because I'm getting thin on some glaze, I'm going to thin it out with some of my lemon juice here, just a little bit, just to thin that icing out a little bit, so I'll have enough to finish up. Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? I'm going to pause this just for a second and get a little bit more powdered sugar. Okay, coming back with a little bit more glaze. I made a little bit more of my glaze. So I'm just going to finish this right on up here. And like I say, you want to take your time when you're doing this here, because you want to make sure that you get it completely coated. And when you make it thin like this here, like I say, you know, you don't waste a lot of your glaze, you know, because it's going to run down on your sheet pan. You don't want to lose all of that yummy, you know. So just take your time. Yeah, just like so. Okay. Making sure I get all the sides here. Let's see here. I always like to make sure I get all the way down at the bottom of the cake too as well. Now I'm not going to put any more on top because I've got enough glaze on top. I just wanted to make sure that I had enough to cover my sides. Yeah. I'm going to put a little bit here because that's where it stopped at. Right there on those on that little edge there. And I'll just let that run down. Put a little bit more on these edges here so that could run all the way down. You see that? Yeah. Get it over here a little bit where I missed. All right, it's looking good. I got this side perfect, so I'm gonna redo this side just a little bit more. Voila. Okay. And then I like to go underneath and scoop up that extra glaze that has come down on the sheet pan. There we go. Yeah, just scoop that up a little bit. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. I think I like that. I think that turned out just a yum yum. I'm gonna get a little closer with it so you can see it. You see that? Okay, now this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick it back in my 325 oven for about no more than a minute, so my glaze will seal. It will seal over the cake. Okay, make a seal, should I say? All right, and I'll be back for the final presentation of this goodie here. All right, just took this out of the oven again so that my glaze could set. Isn't that beautiful? Hope you guys can see that pretty good. Yeah. All right. Now listen, I will be back in the morning to finish up my sweet potato pie, okay? Yeah. All righty. I hope you like that. Okay. I'm going to set this down. It's still warm. So I will see you guys in the morning, and we're going to finish up that sweet potato pie. That pie filling that I made a couple days ago. We're getting ready to bake it off. Okay. See you in the morning. Well, hello there. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope everybody's doing great. I am going to finish up my sweet potato pie. If you guys recalled earlier in this video, I did my prep work for my sweet potato pie, and I let it sit in the refrigerator for a couple days. Now I'm getting ready to bake it off, okay? So these are the final steps before it goes into the oven. Okay, I'm going to take you right over here to my sink, and we're going to get started. How's that? Okay, let me move some stuff out the way here. Lower this down. I am so ready. What about you? Okay. Can you see that? Yep, that's, I tell you, it seemed like I just want to do a blooper, but I'm not going to do a blooper. Now, this is my sweet potato filling. And remember, I have no eggs in it at all because I had said at the beginning that when I do my filling, I do not put eggs in it because I don't bake it off right away. I like for it to sit a couple days or so, covered in the refrigerator. So I have brought it to room temperature. Now I'm getting ready to put my eggs in here along with some pet milk, okay? And my eggs and my pet milk both are at room temperature. Okay, all right, just wanted to get you guys kind of caught up here. Let me get my eggs over here. And I got 3 eggs. And I'm going to add to those 3 eggs some pet milk. All right. All right. We'll whip it up here really quick. I've got my oven set on 400 because the pie shell that I am going to be putting my sweet potato pie in is unbaked. And I want to make sure that my pie shell is cooked through and through. And for the first 15 minutes, I'm going to leave it on 400, and then I'll turn it down to 375 for the remainder of the last 30 minutes, okay? All righty. Got that rip. Boy, I tell you, it was a long night. Whipped up pretty doggone good here. All right. So I'm just going to pour a little bit in because I may not use it all because I've got a couple of sweet potato pies that I've got to bake off. So I'm just going to use just a small amount and see if I need to add any more. Move this out the way. Okay, can you guys see that? Alrighty. Get that whipped up there pretty good. I think I'm just going to add just a tad more milk and eggs. Just a little bit. You know, matter of fact, I may just put the whole thing in there because it is 3 eggs. So I don't want to mess around and just lose all my eggs and not use them. So we're just going to put them all in there. I just don't like to dump it all in there at one time. I like to mix as I go. There we go. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. There we go. Just want to make sure I mix it in there really, really good. All right. Get my spatula here. Let you see this beautiful, beautiful filling. You see that? It's beautiful. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put this in a pie shell. Let me just move some stuff out of the way here. Get my makeshift sink counter put up here. Okay, just like so. Let me pull this back a little bit. Pull this up some. Is that better? Okay, all right. Stir that really, really good. Okay, all right. Let me grab my pie shell. Oops. Okay. Okay, here we go. All righty. Now I'm going to go in, and this is a deep dish. So I'm just going to go in and just put my filling. Oh, wait a minute. Can you guys see this here? Okay. I'm a lefty. All righty. Okay. There we go. You always want to spread it out a little bit in your pie shell there. Put just a little bit more in there. That is so beautiful. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm loving it. What about you? Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. Okay. All right. So there we go. You want to take it and just go around and just shake it around a little bit. Make sure it's good and settled. Okay, let me lift this up so you can sit a little bit closer. Yeah, can you see that? All right. Now I'm going to put this in the oven for, like I say, the first 15 minutes is going to be on 400 because I want to make sure my pie shell, my unbaked pie shell is cooked through and through. And after 15 minutes, I'm going to lower my temperature to 375 and let it bake for the remainder of the last 30 minutes. Okay. All right. And I will be back. Okay. Here's my sweet potato pie. Just got out the oven about 10 minutes ago, and I put some little dough leaves on them, on my pie. Yeah, sweet potato pie. All right, thank you guys for hanging in there with me. I will be back with a couple more pies that I'm going to be doing, and yeah, so stay tuned for that next video. Loving some good eats, y'all. Thank you so much for subscribing, for liking, my videos, enjoying my shorts. Thank you so much. And I will see you on the next Loving Some Good Eats, y'all. So, loving some good eats, y'all. And subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get 1,000 before the end of this year. Thank you.